So would you look at this? My shop is empty. The Buick's in here, but don't mind the Buick. It'll be ran very shortly, way before this video even goes up. So let me explain this to you. There's only, alright, there's lots of derbies left this year, but there's only two really big ones. You have Rocton, which is the thrill show for championships. So I have these 5 cars, just keep that in mind. The thrill show championships for Rocton, which is probably the biggest thrill show event of the year. One of the highest paying thrill show events and everything, but it's coming up very shortly. I have that car in there. But I'm a little worried because thrill show, rumor has it, all the rules are changing for next year. So I have no problem building a full-out pro thrill show car and storing it all winter, but the problem with that is next year I might not be able to run it. So what is the sense of building a full car and letting it sit and then not being able to run it because the rule changes? Now, when I tell you guys thrill show, this is a thrill show car. You have the loaded bumper, you have whatever you want in the front 6 inches of the frame, you have a good cage all the way back, gas tank protector 2 inches away from all sheet metal. Like, this is a thrill show car. But anyway, so the thrill show is one of the events coming up, and the other one is called Wreck at the Lex. Now this used to be called Fall Brawl, but different promoter change, and I'm thinking that this car might go to Lex with a whole bunch of modifications to degrade it from where it is now to a different level of car. But anyway, we'll talk about Lex later. Lex is 2 weeks after Brawl. So here's my question. Do I take an underbuilt car to Rocton and play it safe and get beat up like I did last year? Or do I build a full-out fresh car for Rocton and then store it all winter with maybe a possibility of not being able to run it next year? That's my predicament I'm in, because I basically have to build a car to this caliper in 2 weeks. Which is possible. It's very doable. I can do that all by myself. But I don't know. So again, it's just, what do I want to do kind of thing. And I'm stuck at that. I just don't know exactly what I want to do. Oh, this is V6, so we can't build this one. I have this one. Runs, drives, stops, everything's there. It's full interior. So I could build this one, but I don't have... If I have to strip a car, that's an extra day that I have to waste stripping a car. So this one here is kind of out of the question. That Solera, my Rocton cage, sorry, my thrill show cage will not fit in a Solera. So a Solera is a little out of my league right now, I think. Actually, you know what? I haven't really tested to see if this will fit, but I really don't think it will. This has to be right in line. I don't know if that will fit in one of these Soleras. The Lumina is full size at Rocton, and I have not qualified full size, so I'm not going to build that. Here's a Solera. Let's see if my Rocton cage will fit inside this. No, I don't think it will. I think the Rocton cage will, the thrill show cage will come up right in the middle of this pillar, which kind of sucks. I have this car, which is fresh. It's pretty clean. Needs a motor, needs a transmission. Well, apparently it only needs a transmission, but I'm going to put a motor into it as well. If I'm going to do a motor swap to put a different transmission into it, I'm going to do everything. It's pretty clean. It does have the fenders in the back. It's already stripped. Look at that. I already got a driver door shot too. It needs a dash bar, which I am allowed to run a dash bar at thrill shows, so... This one right here is a contender. I don't mind doing a motor swap. I can do that in a day. Okay. So this one's on the chopping block. This one right here has full interior. This one right here has full interior. This one right here, I'm pretty sure has almost full interior. I think it's just missing the back seats. Yeah, she's got full interior, just the back seats are missing. This one doesn't run either. I think it's fuel pump, but it's a possibility that this one could need a motor as well. This one's fully stripped except for door panels and glass, but I actually sold this one, so it's not possible. This one here has got full interior, both those have full interior. Oh, I kind of wanted to take a new body, but it kind of looks like I'm going to have to go with an old body. This one right here looks like the car that I'm going to have to take to Rocton. It's a good start. It's already stripped. Got to put a dash bar into it though. I'm not overly keen about putting a dash bar into them. Maybe I can steal a dash bar out of a different car and put it in. Oh well. I think this is the one, guys and girls. I think this is the one. Well, let's get the Lumina started up and we'll get this thing dragged into the shop. Excuse me. Well, let's get the Lumina started up and we'll get this thing dragged into the shop and then we can start on it. Oh, the stuff that we do. The stuff that we do. So let's talk about my plans for this car. As you guys see, she's partially stripped, and that's how I bought it. I did buy this car partially stripped. The guy I got it off of told me that the transmission is gone. So I do know that this car needs a little bit of work. And he was going to build the car July 2017. And transmission was gone, so he never ended up building it. And then it sat outside with the hood off from July till probably, I'm going to say May, April, and then I bought it. And the car didn't really come with a hood, so it sat outside with no hood the whole time I've owned it. So my theory is that the motor's no good. Probably still okay, but honestly I'm not going to take the chance on it. So going to be doing a motor swap, transmission swap to this car, and then there'll be lots more stuff that we have to do to this as well. I'd like to put the cage out of Cannibal into it, but the problem with that is the cage is still in Cannibal. So that's got to come out. But there's lots of stuff that we have to do to this car. First off, it has to run and drive. And then after that, then we can start building. So, I don't know. This is going to be probably the next build here in the shop. You guys say you're all getting tired of Toyotas, but let me put it this way. These guys that run Crown Vics in the US around you guys, or the guys that run the W bodies, do they run anything else? They stick to what they know, and they stick to what they know, which is a winner. If I'm going to a big money show, I want, not even a big money show, if I'm just going to a show that I want to win, which is pretty much every show, I want to take something that I know can pull off a win, something I know how to build. Like this Toyota, I'm going to be building this thing in about a week. I hear mice running around inside of it. Anyway, I'm going to be building this thing in about a week. So I know how to build this. I know how to make these cars tough. I know how to build these fast. And that W body I built, the Buick, it took a really long time to build because I had no idea what I was doing. So I'm going to kind of, next year I really want to try to get a Fusion. I'm going to push a little bit harder to try to find a 4-cylinder Fusion. I found a couple, but they were just getting my price range. One of my viewers, Cam, offered me a 4-cylinder Fusion, but for $800, I think that's way too much. It looked pretty clean, but I think $400 for a car is pretty high, let alone $800. So I don't know. I'd like to get it, but I'm not 100% sure if I'll be getting a Fusion anytime soon. So what do you guys think? I'm a little confused if I want to build a car for this event because I don't know if I'll be able to run it next year. And if I build it this year and can't run it next year, there's no real sense to build it. I don't know. I guess there's always a couple shows where I can run it. But I just don't want to store a car for 2 years, a year and a half. I don't want to store a car for 8-9 months kind of thing, right? So, I don't know. I'm going to build this car the way I think that it should be built and do a championship car, I guess. Rocton's going to be hard for me this year. I know it's going to be hard for me. So, I'm just going to go out there and have fun and build a tough car. I don't want to go there with an underbuilt car like I did last year. Last year, I took almost a pretty much bone stock car there. Had a rebar bumper, and when you're allowed 4x4 square tubing, half-inch thick steel tubing bumpers, and I was running a Mazda 3 bumper, so I don't know. I'm going to have to play it by ear. Just going to kind of put away on this car. I have like a week and a half to build it, so if I get it done, I get it done. If I don't get it done, I don't get it done. I'm not pre-registering for this event, so that if something does go wrong, I don't really lose the $150, $125, whatever it is to run it, so I don't know. But got a new project in the shop. This is going to be going crazy. I'm building cars every night of the week. As soon as I get home from work, I'm in the shop building cars. So I have lots of build videos all stacked up. You guys are probably going to be seeing them soon. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.